What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, yesterday, man, I took the day off from making content completely. And the day I take off is when stuff hits the fan completely. Like stuff just go crazy in the sports world and sports television world. A lot of sports personalities get accused of doing certain things. And I'm out having a great time with my family and stuff, but I'm looking at it and keeping up with the stuff going on. That's what happens when you create content. You still be plugged into the world of content creation even when you're trying to celebrate your birthday. But I said I'm not gonna do nothing on the day of my birthday, right? So it's the day after my birthday and we back. Skip Bayless is in hot water. So former FS1 Undisputed co-host and lead guy at FS1 Undisputed, he left Undisputed a while ago, right? He left. Not too long ago, he left. But now he's being accused of some crazy things. So, a former FS1 hairstylist by the name of Nushin Faraji is accusing Skip and other on-air personalities and behind-the-scenes executives of doing some crazy things, right? She's accusing multiple Fox Sports personalities and at least one high-ranking executive of misconduct, including sexual battery and fostering a hostile workplace environment on the basis of sex, race, and disability, right? She said it was hostile in there, and she said that Skip Bayless was making several advances at her. She says Skip, every time he would see her, he would give her long, lingering hugs to where her breast would be pressing up against his chest and against his body. He would give her kisses on the cheek. He would, he offered her 1.5 million to have sex. First of all, when you can offer a woman 1.5 million, you caked up. If you can offer a woman 1.5 million to hit that, right? Now, this is all alleged. This is all just alleged. I'm not saying this is true. This is what she's alleging. She's alleging, again, that Skip at one point, when she turned down his advances, she told him first, "Don't you have a wife?" And she said that Skip allegedly responded with, "Aren't you Muslim? Didn't your father have 3 to 4 wives?" And I say, yo, that is out of pocket. That is crazy if Skip really said this, right? But then she said, she kept turning him down. She turned down the 1.5 million. And then Skip at one point got pissed off because he thought she was letting Shannon hit that, right? He thought that she was sleeping with Shannon. And, he came out to find that wasn't true. And then he said, "Well, I believe you that it's not true now," and all of that. And yeah, man, it's quite crazy. And in this lawsuit, Joy Taylor is named, Emmanuel Acho is named, the EVP of content creation of content, Charlie Dixon, is named. It's crazy. I'm gonna get to Joy Taylor in another video, but I'm looking like, man, Shannon Sharpe is, boy, he is feeling vindicated right now, because Skip, his blow up with Skip led to his exit from FS1 Undisputed, right? He was being pushed out. And they believe that, when Skip was disrespecting them on a couple of occasions, that one blow up in particular, they felt like I think people felt like FS1 had to pick. They felt like they had to pick between Shannon and Skip, and they picked Skip, and Shannon was pushed out, which was the wrong move from what you're seeing now, because right after Shannon left, FS1 Undisputed went right down the drain as far as ratings go. You know what I mean? And then a little bit after that, we saw Skip's exit from FS1 Undisputed. And it was crazy because Skip had been ingrained in our minds for being a talk show host, a talk show debater, man, since probably like 2005 for me, right? I watched him on Cold Pizza when he was on there with Woody Page and the 2 Live Stews. Then he went to, then the show became First Take. Then Stephen A. Smith was brought on. Then he went on to, Skip left and went to FS1. And they had the show Undisputed where he brought on Shannon Sharpe and all of that. And now Skip is not on TV, which is crazy to say. Skip Bayless is not on TV. That's crazy to even think. But now he's focusing more on his podcast. Skip saw the lane that Shannon and Stephen A. Smith have been doing with their podcast, because Shannon and Stephen A. Smith killing it with their podcast. So now Skip is pouring everything into the podcast now. He's even had his wife, Ernestine Bayless, on this show with him. And so now I know tension is high at his house. Gotta be. especially if his wife doesn't believe him. Now, because he probably telling her, maybe he telling her, I didn't do this, baby, I didn't do this. And maybe she believe him, right? But you never know. Stuff like that can cause tension in your marriage when you got them type of accusations. And she been on his podcast with him. They look like they've been having a great time, enjoying each other. Because Ernestine wasn't coming in public for a while. And since she wrote a book, she had written a book, and then she came on Undisputed when Shannon and Skip were still together on Undisputed to promote her book. And that's when we first saw her in the limelight. Now, since Skip's departure from FS1 Undisputed, he's had his wife in the limelight a little more and all of that. And as soon as that happened, this bombshell drops. And yeah, I know that is crazy, horrific timing for him. I will say this: Jason Whitlock's raccoon ass feels like Shannon Sharpe set this up. Like Shannon Sharpe had an accomplice to help him set up these allegations and accusations and all of that. And I don't think that is the case at all. You got a woman who feel like, hey, stuff was going wrong, and I don't know if it's true or not, but yo, the way she's naming people is just like, it's crazy. But we don't know if it's true or not, but it's quite crazy for real, man. But yeah, I can only imagine how the tension in Skip house probably. And maybe he got a wife that just ride with him. Because some men got wives that ride with them no matter what the accusations are. They sticking by their dude, and it is what it is, sticking by their husband. But I remember when I was working at a job and a high-ranking individual was fired due to sexual harassment at the job. He was coming through the Skype messages, allegedly, shooting at the girls. Some new young girls got hired, and they was working under him, and he was trying to see what they was doing after work, And I'm like, yo, that shit is crazy. I'm gonna make a Patreon video about, stuff that was going on at this job, as far as sexual or inappropriate things taking place at the job from the older men at the job. It was really crazy. And because a lot of times, man, older men, they come from workplaces where pre-Me Too movement, where they could just say whatever the hell they want to say to girls. They could do all the type of shit they ever wanted to do. They can make a joke about sucking on a girl's titty. and everything will be all right. Back in their day, when they was coming to older men, they can do all type of crazy stuff. And it's like, yo, you ain't doing that now, and you shouldn't be able to do that at the job in the first place. That should never be a thing you should be able to do. But back in their day, they can make jokes about touching on a girl butt. They can make jokes, they could, tell a girl she look nice, and, if I was your man, you would be pleased every day. They could say all type of crazy stuff like that back in the day, and it would be like, just a guy being a guy, just water cooler talk, just the guys. Not no more. Not no more. And this FS1 hairstylist, she is coming with she is swinging an axe, swinging a bat. It's coming on full throttle. And yeah, so it's just crazy though, because now Shannon is like, hey, he is feeling, I'm sure, I don't know if Shannon takes pleasure in seeing somebody else's downfall. So I'm not going to say Shannon takes pleasure in seeing this happen at all. But when FS1 pushed him out, Undisputed pushed him out, FS1, I know he looking like, y'all pushed me out of there. Because Shannon really won't never say what happened, but everybody believes he was pushed out. You know what I mean? And matter of fact, Stephen A. Smith said Shannon was pushed out. He said it. He was pushed out of there. Now that Shannon is pushed out, he said, aha, look at the shit y'all got going on at this job, at this workplace. Y'all pushed me out for having disagreements with Skip Bayless. And I don't know, feeling like, you had to choose one or the other. It's like when the Lakers had to choose between Shaq and Kobe, right? And they chose Kobe because Kobe was younger. He had a lot more upside to give. Shaq was, 6, 7 years older than Kobe, something like that. So they like, yo, we gonna pick Kobe, right? And it turned out to be a great decision for them. But in this instance, they chose Skip. Everything went south for them. But yeah, I know Shannon, like, yeah, you got me about it. Look what the hell happened to the show, to the ratings, everything. They trying to figure it out. The facility, they doing all right. They doing pretty good though, so we'll see. But anyway, yeah. Skip, This is looking crazy, but we shall see, man. We shall see what's going on and what comes of this. Y'all let me know what y'all thoughts and opinions are about this topic in the comment section below. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'm back, baby. We back full throttle today, and I'm glad to be back. All right, peace.